let's hit the floppers then.
Okay. I have put two down, but if somebody want to take one, sure, or I can just talk about both. Either way. But I'm gonna start with Orochimaru, and here's my thing. I am a Orochimaru stan. I refuse to let niggas just shit on him for calling him weak when I think he's probably one of the strongest ninjas in the history of Naruto and one of the most influential. But with that being said, for every reason that I call Madara trash is the exact same reason that as a villain, Orochimaru is trash. His reasoning is dumb as fuck. That nigga was like, y'all didn't pick me, be Hokage. Well, fuck y'all. Like, well, nigga, you was kidnapping kids. So, like, how were you mad at anybody? You was kidnapping kids, son.
Hey,
Like,
bro, he had to do what he had to do, man.
I feel you, but at the same time, bro, if I walk up and I slap a nigga grandma, bro, I'm not gonna be hot when that nigga come whoop my ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know what I was getting into. He a bit goofy for that, like Orochimaru. I could see you being mad just on some bro. I just hate you, and I've always hated you. But he's mad for niggas responding in a way that they should have responded. Honestly, they should have responded worse than that. You know. Yeah. So it's absurd, really. I'm like, you have no reason for being except being a petty nigga. It's like you was born to be petty, bro.
But that's what makes him so great,
right?
he's that you know, like the whole what they talk about, like cockroaches being the only thing that survives like the nuclear holocaust. Orochimaru is that cockroach in Naruto. It's real like tough. He's there always. Like even now, he's still fucking there. It's like, is this nigga gonna die?
This guy pretty much like found out immortality on the low. Like,
yeah.
But the crazy thing is like niggas know that, like, yo, if you see Orochimaru, he stole somebody's body. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas know this. And then like the other nigga I wrote down is Licked, because like at the end of it, he was the most puppeted nigga on the planet, bro. Like, oh my god, he was like fucking Pinocchio in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just really.
And are we talking about real Lit, or are we talking about Patri?
Oh, fake Lit, Patri. Because real Lick ain't real Lick ain't do shit. Real Lick was just like, oh, I'm gonna save every single elf. Boom, and he did that. Real Lick came through clutch. My bad. I mean fake Lick, Patri. That nigga was such a fucking puppet. It is disgusting. And at the end of the day, he still got talk no jutsu. It's like, what was your worth? You killed the Wizard King, but you only did it because that nigga had to save everybody. Like, you wasn't even stronger than him. He literally got 0 L's, none, or dubs. The only dub he got was being captain of the Golden Dawn, and they didn't count for him.
Wait, was that real Lick that bodied them, or fake Lick that bodied Yami? Sorry, not Yami. Yuno and Asta in that battle when they like tried to double team him.
That was real Lick. Real Lick bodied them, nigga. Fake Lick got folded by Asta before he learned ki. That was the first nigga that got folded.
Oh my god.
Real Lick was not for the games, bro. He beat both them niggas up.
That's a fact. Yeah, I mean, I definitely co-sign the Patri on here, bro. He's below trash as villains to me, bro. That nigga's horrible. I'm also put Diavolo on this bitch. I guess I'm in my JoJo's bag because I just finished part 5. But Diavolo from part 5, I would say, is trash mostly because I felt like he was really shitty at cleaning up the little evidence that did exist about him. And second, I felt like for those who got to the end, when he fought the Iron Homie assassin, like basically if Bujirati's team low-key didn't do anything, they would have killed I feel like they would have killed Diavolo earlier. One, because they kind of already had the dub in place anyways. And if it wasn't for basically like the tiny whatever the fuck dudes Aerosmith, I think it's called, his thing killing them, Diavolo basically would have been dead. But either way, to sum it up, he's just he was good at hiding himself, and that's pretty much why he lasted as long as he did. But when it came down to actual doing shit, if it just wasn't for the fact that he had a broken ass hand, this nigga would get dropped. He had 0 strats to me.
Yeah, he was all good for action, but he wasn't good for reaction.
Exactly.
I do got to give him like the big ups as far as like building his mob world. Like homie did that quick. Like homie had Italy on lock pretty quick, considerably. So that I'll definitely give him the big ups for. But for him to be able, for his whole empire to topple as easily as it did, like grand scheme, No, you're definitely right. Like that's kind of like very sad.
Yeah, and really, like it was hanging on the thread that nobody really predicted that this nigga had two personalities. Like once they all came to the conclusion that he did, it seemed like all the puzzle pieces finally fit, and that's what fucked everything else up. Because then he would just like whenever anybody figured out, he just happened to be in the same room to kill them.
Facts.
But before that, it was like, I mean, first of all, John Pierre Polnareff was about to body you. Like, if it wasn't for your broken ass power, if he didn't know your power, like that nigga was dead. So, not saying he's not an up there character, but as far as his original Part 3 team, John Pierre was the stupidest one that always got his ass like almost handed to him first. So at the end of the day, that should already kind of tell you where he lands in villainy for me. But any other weaker ends?
None that's immediately coming to mind.
Nope. Oh, no, he did a good job. I was about to put out Fire Lord Ozai, but I'm like, no, I think he's better than he might be better than Madara.
Yeah, he did his job. He just got stopped by an overpowered little boy.
Right.
You can't do shit about that. When the pro tag come and clap you, like every villain take that L, you know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. He wasn't ready. Shit.
Wait, by consequence, what about Azula though?
It's hard because that's hard for me to say because I don't see her in a villain the same way I see Madara as a villain.
Yeah, she's not a top. She was never at the head. She was never, she's more of a henchman, a cat.
Yeah, she was a dragon
she was a vice
Ozai's big bad. Just the powerhouse that protects the big bad and enforces shit, but not as cold.
I'm like, any failure she take low key can still be put back on Ozai because she's just acting on his words.
Yeah,
she's a Darth Vader to his Emperor, basically, but without the straps. I'm just trying to think from the big ones because I'm sure there's some other shittier villains out here. I just want to make sure we're not missing any of the big ones. I will toss out the Demon King from Seven Deadly Sins because I just hated him as a villain. He lasted way too long, and I felt whatever his end plan was, it just never hit for the readers. So yeah, fuck him. He could definitely go up on there for shitty big bads. Who else? What other villains did I absolutely hate? Dang, that might be it for me right now.
Yeah, I don't, because I feel like Madara's filth is only expanded by the fact that Naruto was literally like the most popular anime in the world for a moment. So it's like, he was on a really big stage, and I'm sure there are people who are more ass, but it's like, ooh, were they ass at the culmination of the biggest anime in the world though?
Right.
So it's tough.